Top of the morning, Green Genesis T Senior here. New property, new transformation.
Welcome to another Green Genesis video. We're out here on a new customer's property. Taking a look at the front yard before. You can see there's some grasses, some weeds, and some trimming that needs to be done. And we'll work our way back to the closer to the house, and you can see some of the extra trimming that needs to happen for these particular bushes, these grasses here. Maybe some pruning on the trees there. Some work done around the cactus. And there's more grass and possibly some weeds there. You can see somebody already at it on their hands and knees. Kevin hired a couple new employees, and they're out here lending a hand today. This is going to be a big job, so everybody's going to have a lot to do. And we'll work our way across the yard here to give you a better look into what's going on. Possibly doing some more trimming, maybe some pruning on the trees there. A lot of raking. Not too much weeding going on here, but definitely a lot of loose material. There's some brick work that looks like needs to be maybe attended to.
Sounds dry.
You can see more loose material on this side of the house. Coming across the sidewalk here. Not sure about any grasses going back towards the house.
Sounds dry.
As we move on to the backyard, you can see there's a big piece of land back here. Lots of work to be done for sure. Definitely some tall grasses, some weeding,
Sounds dry.
lots of pruning with the bushes and the trees. And then we have some buildings to contend with, as well as some other items that we have to either gather together or take away, depending on what Kevin had made arrangements for. So definitely a lot of trimming, a lot of cleaning, carrying away some stuff, actually cleaning of the roof as well, maybe taking care of some of the leaves touching the roof, or the branches coming from the tree. Some of this stuff is going to be not taken back so far as the weather is starting to get hot here in Arizona, so the customer wanted to make sure there's going to be plenty of shade, at least for them to at least come out and enjoy the yard. So you can see the yard extends way back there. You can see the trees here that need to be pruned. There's some other trees and bushes along the back, and then you can see some metal stuff going on there, and stuff that probably would just be gathered together and put on the cement and left for the customer to take care of. And then of course the buildings there, gotta trim all those up pretty nice. And the customer wanted to make sure that there was going to be plenty of shade left from these trees, so not too much pruning is going to be done or cutting away of the trees. So you can see some of these tall grasses and weeds just kind of out of control, actually, up to, well, definitely up to the knees, maybe even to the hips at some point. You can see some of the trees in the back there, some of the work that needs to be done. You can see some of the wood there, some other material, probably, I don't know, some kinds of different kinds of spiders, maybe other creatures, critters, whatnot, possibly, I don't know. And then you can see some of the mess here on the concrete. That's going to be straightened out. Barbecues, picnic or outdoor furniture, old metal stuff out of the way. It's like an old swing set, possibly old basketball court. Not so much work going on inside the sheds, just around them. So definitely a lot of raking, hand work, and then weeding. Not so much anything having to do with any kind of lawnmower or anything like that, but you can see some of the weeds just kind of grown quite a bit. So it's nice to see that Kevin has gotten a couple of extra hands to help him in his business, and he definitely needs the help for this job here, because just him and TC Senior would have a heck of a time and probably take a lot longer than just a day to do this kind of job here. So we're going to work our way to the front. We're going to take a look at some of the work that's already been being done. And there was some brickwork I mentioned earlier. Maybe he's going to be the one to fix some of the brickwork that you can see came loose. Looks like a nice property, and I definitely don't enjoy working around cactus, but it does have to be done, whatever has to be done to make it look nice, right? So you can see again some of these branches are coming out of the tall grasses here. You can see some of the flowering that's happening already because we're way past spring into the summer. That's when flowers start to pop out of some of the cactus around Arizona. So it's already starting to shape up here in the front. You can see the loose materials fairly easy to get, capture, bag up, and then we'll take a look at another shot of the backyard and see how that's shaping up. Here we are back in the backyard again doing the job. You can see some of the stuff that's already been handled and the work that still needs to be done. This is John Hamilton, by the way, and I'm the video editor for Green Genesis. And I hope you're enjoying the cool songs that I've been bringing to the Green Genesis videos. There's 3 royalty-free music sites that I use: Soundstripe, Pixabay, and I think there's another one, I forget the name. Hey, we got some wall back here. We definitely have some work pruning these trees here. So just to kind of work some of the trees down, get them all pruned up, shaped really nice, and then get that loose material out of here. Any kind of old material that's not working, not needed, or just trash to be brought up to the closer to the house. And then this corner here looks like a big job in itself. It's got some of that old brush, the old branches, and then it's got that big honeysuckle. I'm not sure what that white flower tree there is in the corner, but it's going to be a bear to kind of work the way back there. And you can see some of these branches back here, some of this old stuff, like the wheelbarrow, basketball hoop. There was a ladder. I'm not sure if that's still usable. It looks like it is. And then work anything back in the back behind the buildings as well. Actually, the buildings aren't bad. They look pretty new, pretty well, good shape. I don't know if there's any painting or whatever that needs to be done, but they look pretty good. The Arizona summers, they sure take a toll on paint and wood. That's why you see a lot of the houses are made of stucco, or the newer houses anyways. The shed's a little older. You can see it on the right side of that one outcropping building with the door that was open there, and it definitely has either one missing door or the door's open, but I can imagine it's just a lot of rust going on. Well, it looks like the basketball court or the hoop is probably dug or cemented into the structure back here. I wonder how many games of 3-on-3 or 1-on-1 have been played on that concrete slab. Yeah, definitely a lot of stuff have to be sorted through, gathered together, and put up closest to the house so the owner can take care of it later on. Definitely got some concrete blocks there. I would imagine Kevin made arrangements to at least gather some of the material that's closest to the sheds together, and then any of the loose material will be brought up closer to the house. At the end of the video, check out the company links, as well as social media and our affiliate Four Corner Growers using the QR code.
What's up, what's up, what's up? As promised, we got that after video.
And you can go ahead and get a hold of Green Genesis or Kevin that way through the company website or Facebook page. If you have a job, any kind of job having to do with yards, trees, bushes, grass, whatever needs to be done, go ahead and give them a shout out. He'll come by, take a look, give you an evaluation and an estimation, and then schedule a day that you guys can agree upon. So you can see it's starting to shape up pretty nice. Kevin's walking around, take a video of it, and you can see pretty nice job, right? All the way back to the back wall there, on the side, along the house, all along the edges there, all around the cactus and the bushes. Nicely trimmed. Nice work. It looks like some of the brickwork was handled already, at least on the other side. Not sure yet about that, but perhaps I'm missing it. Kevin's going to work his way back to the backyard, take a look and see what's done in the backyard. Alright, so definitely a lot of the loose material, tall grasses, all taken care of. You can see all the way back there to the back wall, all around the buildings there, starting around the house and the sheds on this side. Looks like there was some trimming done on top of the roof there to work back some of the branches from that main tree. And Kevin told me that the branch there that we just saw, the main branch, that's kind of a big branch that kind of came apart from the tree. Customer said go ahead and leave that there. You can see that all that old brush and all old branches are taken away. Perhaps some trimming was done. Kind of shame to kind of trim it all up so that you end up taking some of the flowering. So it looks like they kind of just did it up pretty nice, leaving as much flower and color as much as you can while taking care of business. Working our way around to the building here on the right. A lot of that old material all taken apart, taken away. Definitely a lot of shade here coming from this side of the house. See the sun coming from the front of the house near the end of the day. Not sure if the customer plays basketball out in the back. If that tree gets too long, you know, I'm sure it interferes with some of the shots, right? Okay, so they just gathered some of the stuff around the buildings. They went ahead and took care of all the leaves, trimming, taking it away. Once again, this is Green Genesis. Thank you for watching.